My name's Aaron. Welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. And today I am going to murder some Français. I am reviewing YSL La Nuit Parfum. The price was all over the place from I think £79 to £95. Couldn't really find a price. These are quite difficult. There's so many of them. It's quite difficult to target which one we're doing. We're doing all of them. Okay, so La Nuit Parfum was presented in February 2020 and embodies the magnetism of L'Homme in a new radically woody signature. Expresses the elegance and refinement of the seducer. L'Homme, Le Parfum encapsulates the heart of L'Homme fragrance. If I say L'Homme again, slap myself. The woody accord in a modern and elegant representation of the original Eau de Toilette. The raw power of cedarwood wrapped in precious alliance of amberwood and vetiver essence affects the smell of warm skin under a flawless suit. Top notes are lemon, essence, ozonic notes, cardamom essence. Middle notes are basil essence, violet leaves, geranium essence. The base notes are cedar essence, amberwood, and vetiver essence. Do we have our bottles of YSL La Nuit Parfum? Are we engaged with a higher self? Let's get testing. So these bottles and the color are iconico to the house of Yves Saint Laurent. I think it looks lovely. I love the presentation. Super professional. I love the color. It's like a dark aquamarine. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting classic fragrance, well-built fragrance. I'm not utilizing anything extremely expensive and exotic because of the price and the presentation, even though I love it. So I'm going to judge it on a £60 to £90 fragrance. And I think there's a massive difference between how fragrances are constructed. Under 100, over 100. That's how I think about it personally. I'm expecting a dry, airy nature to it. Masculine, modern, about 80% aroma chemicals, 20% naturals. I'm also expecting lots of lift and a slight aquatic nature because of the blue. If I wasn't getting that aquatic nature with the blue, I think it wouldn't be a bit weird and disjointed. So let's look at this atomizer. Let's apply the fragrance and get on with the review. This smells exactly what I thought it was going to smell of. This got that dry. I'm going to try and describe this in a way that's nothing to do with perfume because I think sometimes that's useless. I think sometimes it's better to describe things in a way that's easier to understand, in terms we understand. So I'm going to describe a note in this, and I'll say what it is. It's smelling a little bit like electric, like when you smell the static electricity either after a storm or especially when you smell it going along electricity-wise, it has a smell to it, that electric smell. It's kind of clean, zappy, ozonic sort of smell. Not ozonic, I'm not speaking about cologne or anything like that. It's a specific note you get after a storm, electric or static electricity, and that is salicylates. And salicylates are dry and they give you this note. Salicylates are used everywhere, and they give a feeling of cleanness, of snappiness. The only way I can describe, I think, really describe it is sort of in a fragrance is sort of like a little bit electric, zappy. That makes sense, sort of like a zappiness to it. And that gives sort of freshness, cleanness to it, dryness. This is undoubtedly sweetened with fruit molecules and cologne. You wouldn't want to overly sweeten this formulation because it would be really awful actually if it was overly sweetened. But there's other ways to sweeten formulas with acetates, glutenates, and choice of raw materials as well. This has wood-like raw materials, and French perfumery, when they're using in this sort of presentation, get a different feel with using wood raw materials. And to give elevation, there's raw materials like polysantol, which is quite inexpensive, but it gives lift and radiance when combined with other wood raw materials, you see. And undoubtedly based upon Ice Super, Hedione, the traditional sort of aroma chemicals for men's fragrance, dihydromercenol, gives a blue feel. And when combined with cologne, gives you that blue feeling. I never remember this raw material. I get it mixed because I make cosmetics as well. We're releasing cosmetics in 2025. So I'm dealing with a raw material called a quaxel. So I get a quaxel and a quanol mixed up all the time. A quanol is also got the trade name of HEL. It's like begins with an H. But this is the thing when you're buying raw materials, some companies, they call them different names from different suppliers. Some things are standard, some things are different. So I always put the CAS number, chemical identification number, next to the raw material. That's how you order raw materials, actually. But the quaxel, I'm working a lot with that at the moment. So that's why I'm kind of getting them too. I think the word is discombobulated, which is a really fun word. Anyhow, this has got ethyl linalool and a apple acetate in, and the two together are giving this dry linen-like feel mixed with the salicylates, lemon, cedarwood, sandalwood, some herbaceous notes at the base as well to give sparkle and liveliness. There's a slight peppermint note to this. On to my final thoughts. I love this. I think it's super classico, really nice, easy to wear, classic, smells like YSL, fitting everything I wanted from it, if I'm honest with you. Not challenging at all, not particularly long lasting, but for £60, I think you're getting what you're getting, really. Not musk heavy, a small amount of ethylene brassylate to help smooth and give us a smoothing effect within the fragrance. So this is very smooth, eloquent, blue, ozonic, slightly fresh, slightly spicy, slightly pepperminty, utilizing sort of up-to-date aroma chemicals. So I'll go for my final thought processes and marks. And I love this. I think it's very easy to wear, very, very inoffensive. I mean, you're not going to fill up a room with this. It's not going to give you that. But it's a very, very enjoyable, very, very easy fragrance, if that kind of makes sense. What I do love about it personally is the quality of work in this. It's just really excellent. To create something like this is really great. I would love this punched up a lot more. I think this DNA is giving me sort of 60% of where I'd love it to be. You know, where the price will go up. So you kind of, that's what it is. I'm going to mark it an 8 out of 10. Price is excellent. Excellent formulation. Inoffensive. Suitable for work. Suitable for all demographics, keeping with the house, but it's missing that magic. It's kind of missing that, setting my hair on fire thing. But I can thoroughly recommend it. Even though I'm saying all of that, for the price, I can thoroughly recommend it. It's nice, inoffensive, but kind of nothing special. So if you love that review, thumbs up and subscribe for fascinating, interesting content, lots of moving hands, and lots of fragrance views. Hope you're staying safe and well. See you soon.